This is a tutorial for Danny Gokey's Angels We Have Heard on High. It's a pretty simple song. There's really one continuous sound for the keyboard the whole time, although we will do some variations because we don't have all the instrumentation options that the original recording has, and there will be a keyboard sound built to mimic what is in the recording, because it's got like some delay and some pad and just some different layers to give that haunting, echoing sound. So a straight up piano sample will not achieve that, so we'll make sure we have the right keyboard sound built for when we play this at FEC. So there's one continuous riff through the whole thing, but we'll do variations. So the first variation will be just a C sharp, single C sharp in the left hand, and then a B and a G sharp. It'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then the same thing but switch to E, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so that's B and G, and then E and B, and then G sharp and B. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then over A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we hold on to the A longer. Let me do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So that's E, C sharp, and then G sharp, back to E and C sharp. So the whole riff will sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you're basically doing that the entire time. So what we're going to do to kind of give it some variation is for that first pass in the intro and then the verse, it will be that again, and then when we get to the chorus, we'll just do octaves and make them a little bit lower in the left hand, and instead of doing that riff, we'll hold off. We'll just go so that we have a little bit of tension there. So we'll just stick with the lower version of that little fluttery sounding riff as we go through the chorus the first time. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So it's like we're alternating every. We'll do 4 just straight with this, and then 4 like this, and back to 4 like this, and then so it's an alternating. And then when we go into the second verse, we'll just hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then it goes into that that riff like we did in the first verse, but there's a little bit of a drop back for some suspense. So we'll just go 1 and 2. We could make it a fuller chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then go back into chorus. And what we can do, like we did the first time through, where it's some variation. It starts opening up. You can bring your hands in the left lower. That way it's not just the same thing through the entire thing. And then when we get to the bridge, we're actually going to do it twice as long as they did it, because it was pretty brief. There wasn't a ton of build. In a FEC, I know we're going to need to build that up longer. It's they like the triumphal sound, we need more time to get to that triumphal place. So what we'll do for the first time through the bridge, we'll just do still chords. So we'll go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then keep building. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 2, and 3, and 4. And if we keep going and need more options, maybe we'll just go 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. So that would be just B, E, B over the. We could just do that, or we could rock it. So it's kind of a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Whether you choose to play all of it like this or break it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and either way, just to give some variation and a little bit of tension so that when we break out into that high point of the chorus, then we've built up enough tension that when we go back to that same thing we've been doing over and over again, we're ready for it, and it's not just like this droning in the background, although that's kind of the way the sound is built. But again, we don't have all the instrumentation, and so we need to break up the monotony a little bit for our purposes, because it just won't have the same effect. So kind of to go over the options again with the bridge, because there's a little bit more, just kind of chords. And then, depending on how many times we need to build up, then maybe at the A, and then doing this. You could do that where you alternate between the other things faster, and then that riff of going, you can alternate sooner or do like you did before with the chorus. And then the other option, if we keep going, just where it's like, so what I did to make the jump easier, just held on to this 1 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So some ideas for how to do a variation on Angels We Have Heard on High.